Hi everyone! Welcome to our virtual celebration for the 3rd International Day of Conscience. The International Day of Conscience has served as a reminder for all of us to abide by our conscience and treat others with kindness and with a loving heart. The Federation of World Peace and Love has continuously celebrated the importance of conscience in our lives. This year, the Taijimen Qigong Academy and the Dr. Hong Daozi Culture and Education Foundation are jointly hosting this celebration with the Federation of World Peace and Love to further the efforts to foster the culture of peace with love and conscience. To begin today's celebration, we would like to share with you our journey promoting love and conscience-driven actions across the globe.
Conscience is the lighthouse for the soul. Conscience lights the path in darkness. It brings hope and leads us to a brighter future.
The day of 5th April, from now on, provides an opportunity.
The United Nations declared April 5th as the International Day of Conscience in July 2019. Since then, FOPAL is engaged in various in-person or online events monthly to promote the importance of conscience and inspire conscience-driven actions. Ever since the first International Day of Conscience, over 50 virtual events have been conducted in celebration of various United Nations days with an emphasis on conscience. We are very glad to have many influential leaders joining our IC Day events over the past few years, injecting powerful positive energy into our planet to help stabilize the world.
When we speak of conscience, we must also consider how to best organize our own lives in the spirit of the moral values to which we aspire.
We must encourage and support one another as well as push ourselves, act in good conscience all the time.
We are thankful to United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres for sending us his video messages in support of our events. We look forward to a more successful year ahead. Let's continue to work together to spread the message of conscience to every citizen in every corner of the world. With conscience comes a peaceful world. With happiness comes joyful families.
Since the UN General Assembly designated April 5th as the International Day of Conscience, FOPAL has hosted virtual events each month and gathered good friends all around the world to share kind thoughts and positive energy. With all the conflicts that are currently around us, this positive energy that we have gathered becomes the key to transform our world. World leaders who also celebrate human kindness and the positive effects of conscience have sent in their best wishes to support the celebration of the 3rd International Day of Conscience. Let's welcome these messages. We are grateful to world leaders for continuing to promote love and peace in these turbulent times, and we hope that the celebration of conscience continues throughout the year so that we may build a peaceful and sustainable world. A special message has been prepared by Dr. Hong Daozi, the president of the Federation of World Peace and Love, to mark this important day. Let's welcome Dr. Hong Daozi.
Distinguished guests, dear friends, ladies and gentlemen, good day. April 5th, 2022 marks the third International Day of Conscience. Currently, the world situation is precarious, with the pandemic, war, and many unforeseeable natural and man-made disasters claiming countless lives and destroying homes, plunging the whole world into fear and anxiety. The global chaos is causing economic turmoil, with the rich growing richer, the poor getting poorer, and millions of people displaced and living in dangerous conditions. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres said, "People, everyday innocent people, always pay the highest price. The key to crisis resolution lies in conscience. Only by awakening all people's conscience and inspiring them to act in accordance with their conscience can we lead the world on the path to peace. Due to human folly, people can easily be blinded by immediate gratification, losing their inner clarity and foresight. The pursuit of technological development and material comfort has resulted in the depletion of natural resources and environmental degradation and backlash, threatening the survival of all human beings. There is a consensus among those who care about the world that we cannot afford the devastation of another world war. Only peace can ensure the continued existence of humanity and bring people truly happy lives. The Federation of World Peace and Love was founded with the goal of spreading the culture of love and peace and promoting world peace. This remains our guiding star as we promote peace through concrete actions. The purpose of the International Day of Conscience is to encourage all global citizens to protect their conscience and promote a culture of peace with love and conscience in order to save humanity and make global peace and sustainability a reality. A single decision made by a person can change the path of his or her life. A single decision made by a head of state can affect the lives and deaths of millions of people and other living beings. In an age of misinformation, what people see and hear may not be genuine, and individuals may become confused, anxious, and unable to tell true from false. Conscience is the beacon of the heart, allowing people to see the truth through the fog and make choices for the benefit of all beings. Conscience is the only way to lead the earth and mankind through the valley of death and be reborn. At this critical juncture in history, the world is on the precipice of a dangerous cliff. The fate of the world is in the hands of every citizen of the world, and the conscience of every individual is the key to turning the situation around. The world is in the grip of a battle between good and evil. A thought of kindness can save all mankind, while a thought of evil may lead to the destruction of the human race. the common destiny of all humanity is in the hands of world leaders. Every leader should take a moment of peace and reflect on every decision he or she makes. Put aside self-interest, respect human rights, use wisdom to resolve conflicts, govern his or her nation with conscience and love, and promote solidarity and cooperation among nations with the vision of benefiting all beings, so that wars can be eliminated. Only conscience can guide all nations toward global sustainability and peace. In the human world, many people are still living in the shadows of darkness, struggling to make ends meet, and suffering. When the cries of suffering becomes overwhelming, the energy of conscience will inspire the brave to step forward and take action to redeem the world. We must believe that the positive energy of conscience is contagious and will spread. Wisdom and actions generate incredibly rapid networks. Faith motivates actions, and actions connect and forge an immense positive force. World peace necessitates implementation of the wisdom of balance. Global issues, such as the pandemic, war, poverty, environmental changes, and others, must be resolved by addressing the core cause of the problems and avoiding suffering, the effect. In the troubled world, more heroes of conscience are needed to step forward and consolidate strength to promote goodness and stop evil, as well as to balance the world with a good energy field. Through the smoke of war, has mankind seen the way to a sustainable future? The answer remains the same. We need to follow the guidance of our conscience. The concept of sustainable development based on conscience can also be applied to national and global governance. Even though the situation seems complicated and we face difficulties, innovative solutions still exist. All living creatures are our brothers and sisters. So how can we accept the suffering of other beings? We urge world leaders to be mindful of their citizenry, respect human rights, and exercise their conscience and wisdom. Only then will the world be at peace. We should learn from history, think about the future, embrace our conscience, and prioritize global safety and security. A culture of conscience without borders, prejudice, or selfishness is the salvation for the ark of the earth and humanity. The focus of the International Day of Conscience is to inspire everyone's exercise of conscience. Time is the fairest of all, so let's make good use of our limited time on earth to do good deeds and accumulate blessings and virtues for ourselves and the world, while cooperating with one another to help ourselves and the world. Let us apply our conscience to transform ourselves in our limited time on this planet, to face all kinds of crises and challenges with compassion, courage, and wisdom, to share love, peace, and human dignity, to enhance everyone's well-being, and to create a peaceful and bright future for all. We sincerely pray that the pandemic and war will end soon, that kindness will prevail, that everyone will stay safe, and that people will help one another and work together for global sustainability.
Thank you, Dr. Hong. As Dr. Hong mentioned, conscience is the beacon of the heart, allowing people to see the truth through the fog and make choices for the benefit of all beings. So let us set our intentions every day with calm hearts and allow our conscience to take lead and transform our world together. For today's celebration, we have also received some encouraging messages from our community leaders. Please join me to welcome the words of conscience.
Hello, I'm State Senator Josh Newman, and I have the honor of representing California's 29th Senate District, which includes parts of Orange, Los Angeles, and San Bernardino counties. It is my pleasure to join the Federation of World Peace and Love today, along with the Taiji Men Qigong Academy, in celebrating the third International Day of Conscience. This year's International Day of Conscience comes at a pivotal time as we continue to rebuild and recover from the COVID-19 pandemic. After an extremely challenging 2 years, the virtues of empathy, compassion, and conscience have never been more essential. International Day of Conscience, which was established by the United Nations, is a global day of awareness celebrated each year on April 5th to commemorate the importance of the human conscience. International Day of Conscience was inspired by Article 1 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, which note that all human beings are born free and equal in dignity and rights, are endowed with reason and conscience, and should act towards one another in a spirit of brotherhood. The goal of the Day of Conscience is to promote a culture of peace based on a set of values, attitudes, and behaviors inspired by the principles of freedom, justice, democracy, human rights, tolerance, and solidarity. In my role as a California State Senator, I am asked every day to make decisions that may impact the lives of 40 million Californians. Particularly in challenging times like these, this can be a daunting prospect, and I've learned that, in addition to continually researching and weighing the facts, the best path is to let my conscience be my guide. As Winston Churchill put it, the only guide to man is his conscience. I want to thank the Federation of World Peace and Love and the Taiji Men Qigong Academy for graciously including me in today's celebration. The Federation's mission is closely aligned with the current urgent need to promote an environment of inclusion and understanding moving forward. For over 20 years, you have worked to instill the idea of harnessing peace and love to promote a more prosperous world. As a testament to your dedication and its reach, the Federation can proudly count members in over 137 countries, and you are to be commended for encouraging all of your members to commit to volunteering in their communities and spreading the ideals of a more peaceful world. Thank you for your commitment to the greater good and to bettering the world around you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Assemblywoman Blanca Rubio, and I represent California's 48th Assembly District. As a longtime resident of Baldwin Park and a homegrown leader of the San Gabriel Valley, it is an honor to be here virtually today to celebrate the third anniversary of the United Nations International Day of Conscience. First off, thank you to the Taiji Men Qigong Academy for hosting this incredible event. The services you provide continue to preserve peace in our neighborhoods and promote cultural heritage among our residents. For years, the Academy has encouraged residents to prioritize their physical and mental health through Qigong. This practice is very important, especially during these unprecedented times. Qigong continues to bring positive energy among families, workplaces, and communities across the region. The Academy's efforts are very instrumental to well-being of our constituents. I am very grateful for your presence in the San Gabriel Valley and look forward to the impact you will make across the state of California. Congratulations on your 21st anniversary. I wish you the best in all of your future endeavors.
Hello, I am Ted Alejandre, the San Bernardino County Superintendent of Schools. I am grateful to be invited here today to celebrate the third anniversary of the United Nations International Day of Conscience. I want to thank the Taiji Men Qigong Academy and the Federation of World Peace and Love for hosting this wonderful event. Today is dedicated to celebrating the importance of the human conscience and how each of us can let our conscience guide our actions to create a more peaceful and united world. As County Superintendent, one of my main focuses is promoting equity in education. I want to take the opportunity today to talk about a program that is close to my heart called the San Bernardino County Superintendent of Schools Student Advisory Panel. This program promotes equity by providing a forum for the voices of our youth. Recently, over 200 students throughout our county represented their schools and their peers. Diverse student groups discussed countywide issues like safety, education, the economy, and access to health and wellness. During the culminating session, students presented their recommendations on these issues to a panel of elected officials and community members. My conscience tells me that it is vital to listen to the students we serve and include them in discussions about topics that will affect their education and their futures. We've had students on past panels ignite change by sharing their ideas with elected officials. Some of these ideas have even been enacted as policy in different agencies and school districts. Students come away feeling that they are heard and that they matter. The Student Advisory Panel is just one way that San Bernardino County Schools meets the needs of each student to ensure they reach their highest potential. Providing safe, inclusive, and effective learning environments for students is essential to creating a better world for all of us. We here at San Bernardino County Superintendent of Schools are inspiring others and spreading positivity as we continue to transform lives through education.
Hello, I'm Torrance, California Mayor Pat Fury, and on behalf of my colleagues on the Torrance City Council, I'd like to thank you for this opportunity to speak at this year's International Day of Conscience virtual event. In a time of great uncertainty, I'm incredibly proud of our community for their resilience and perseverance during a historic health crisis. Our physical and mental health has been challenged for more than 2 years now, and it's organizations like yours that promote spreading positive energy and kindness that show our love for humanity is more important now than ever. We've had to endure major changes these past few years, from losing loved ones to changing how we live our lives. We've had to wear masks to protect those around us, isolate, and even teleconference events and family gatherings instead of meeting in person. Those were just some of the many sacrifices that were made to show one another just how much we care. It took a great deal of good conscience to put others first above our own needs. In Torrance, it's the sacrifices of our community members, residents, nonprofits, and business partners that make this great city so special. I'm inspired and motivated every day by our community. And as we emerge from this global pandemic, I'm reminded that we need the help of patience, understanding, tolerance, inclusion, and solidarity. Accepting our differences and having cultural harmony will help overcome any obstacles we may face in the future. It is the foundation to coexisting. I encourage you all to continue to make a positive impact on your community, not just today, but in your daily lives. I leave you with this Irish blessing. Always remember to forget the things that made you sad, but never forget to remember the things that made you glad. Thank you again for having me. Wishing everyone a year of good health, wisdom, and happiness.
My name is Victor Hong, President of Liu Gui Fraternity. Thank you, Tai Chi Men, for inviting me to attend this annual Third International Day of Conscience. As we know, Tai Chi Men truly make the excellent job on promoting world peace with love and conscience. Conscience is a skill can be developed with rational thinking, emotional awareness, and practice. The more we practice conscience, the better we will be making peace to our friends, families, and communities. Conscience can be improved by, for example, daily meditation, inhale, exhale for 10-15 minutes, and thinking about our own behaviors. Do volunteer works to the community, donate our food, clothes to charity, and show goodwill to everyone. Respect yourself and respect others. Also, we can educate ourselves by reading about people who live conscious and make great contribution to the world. For example, Father of India, Mahatma Gandhi, who used his little voice within the conscience to enable him to oppose injustice in the face of difficult and help India become independent. So let's work together with our conscience and make the whole world more peaceful. Finally, I'd like to thank you, Taijimen, again for inviting me to attend this event. May Taijimen have a successful event of this third International Day of Conscience. Congratulations. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the future events again. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Carlos Cohen. I'm an educator with over 25 years of experience, both as a teacher and as an administrator. As a social studies teacher, I made it a point to bring inclusivity and diversity into my classes. And as an administrator, as a principal, I have had the opportunity to create programs and to help develop teachers that then make the same difference. So, on this International Day of Conscience, I wish you all a great day as you make an impact in your cities, states, and world.
Thank you for all your support and dedication to making our communities better. Your kind acts and good thoughts can have a positive butterfly effects on our society. We hope this idea of human kindness can be included in our education programs so young children grow up feeling love and become accustomed to the cycle of kindness. FOPAL has wonderful resources that can be utilized in school settings, including the next video we have prepared for you called Bloom, Seeds of Kindness. This special story is a sequel to the story Tiger's Wish, which was created in 2010, highlighting the need to find a balance between humanity and animals. This time, the tigers have set out on a different adventure and find out how little things they do in life can have a huge impact on others and the environment. So come on, let's join the tigers on their journey through the story Bloom, Seeds of Kindness.
On this beautiful day, the tigers gathered to celebrate Toby's birthday.
When we tigers grow up, each of us is given a bag of magical seeds to plant. These are not any seeds. When you plant them at a perfect location, the seeds will have a miraculous turnout. This quest will test your courage and determination. The tree behind us grew from the seed I planted when I was your age. Now it is your turn. I believe in you.
Where would this perfect location be?
Somewhere with great sunlight.
Somewhere with abundant water. Aha! I know. The place by the waterfall will be the perfect place.
But to get there, we need to cross the rushing river. In the darkest part of the forest. Not to mention the steepest cliff before we reach the waterfall.
Don't worry. We can definitely overcome any obstacles along the way because we have Molly's wisdom and Jackie's strength.
And your bravery.
With the bag of seeds, Toby, Molly, and Jackie embarked on their quest to plant the seeds at the waterfall. A little after they began their quest, they came across a group of bunnies who were having trouble building an aqueduct.
Hi, bunnies. Do you need a hand?
We're having trouble reaching the top of the aqueduct.
I could help you. I'm strong. You could sit on my shoulders.
We would have not been able to do this without you. Thank you.
The bunnies built a raft for them to ride down the river in order to get to their destination sooner. As they stepped into the darkest part of the forest, they realized it was quite different than what they had anticipated.
Wait, why is the darkest part of the forest not dark at all?
Look, all the trees have been chopped off and there's trash everywhere.
Oot.
Hey, Mr. Owl, what are you doing up in the morning?
I'm trying to build a temporary shelter, as all trees have been chopped off. I haven't gotten a good day's sleep in a long time. Oh, I'm so tired.
That's horrible.
Let us help you build a home.
Oot! That's so kind of you.
They soon arrived at the bottom of the steepest cliff and noticed something interesting happening on the cliff.
Hi, what are you doing?
There, we are carrying books up to the school at the top of this cliff so the children can have new books to read and learn.
What a wonderful thing to do.
We can help you carry the books. Bah, thank you.
After they helped deliver the books to the school, they sat under a tree to catch their breath. Suddenly, a beehive fell from the tree and hit Jackie in the head.
Oh no. Run!
Ouch! I got stung.
They finally got away from the angry bees and came across a monkey.
Let me take care of your bee sting. Thank you. Where are you tigers going?
We are going to plant our magical seeds by the waterfall. Do you know where it is?
Oh, that's a wonderful spot. You'll see it after that hill. You should be able to arrive by sunset.
We should get going then. Thank you for your help.
The tigers arrived at the waterfall just before sunset.
We're here.
This is the perfect spot.
The plant will flourish very well here.
Oh no! Why is there only one seed left in the bag?
What happened?
There's a hole at the bottom of the bag.
What should we do?
Well, I guess we should plant it anyways.
Yeah, we made it this far.
Let's do it together.
Thank you for coming with me. I'm sorry we only got to plant one seed.
Of course, we're always here for you.
The trip has been great, even though we only got to plant that one seed. We met many friends along the way.
You're right. It has been fulfilling. Good night, my friends.
Wake up. Wake up!
Wow.
Look!
It's so beautiful.
The magical seed did wonders.
I'm so happy we did this.
Let's go home to share the good news with Mom.
Hi, tigers.
Whoa, was this here before?
After you left, something magical happened. A tree grew overnight, and it turned out to be the perfect spot to be a clinic.
It must have been one of the seeds that fell out of your bag, Toby.
Wow, that's amazing. I'm so glad we met yesterday, and you left me with a perfect surprise.
It's our honor to be of help. You are angels on earth. Thank you, you frontline workers.
Dad, we're so glad to see you. Look at what you left us. Now it's super easy to lift the book up the cliff with these vines.
Whoa, that's wonderful.
The children will be able to study here with no problem. Bang! Thank you for the help earlier. We're glad to have met you. You left us with a wonderful gift. The owl is asleep.
Whoa, look at all the new trees that have grown in this area.
I bet it was one of the seeds too.
I hope restore a decent home for Mr. Owl.
Hi, it's good to see you all again.
Whoa, the river looks so much cleaner than before.
Yeah, water lilies began to grow after you helped us. We've been getting clean water through the aqueduct.
I wonder if the thieves fell throughout our journey.
Welcome home, my dears. How was your adventure?
Mom, you would not believe what happened.
We were going to plant all the seeds by the waterfall.
But there's only one seed left when we arrived at the waterfall, because there was a hole in the bag.
We planted it there anyways, and it flourished really well the next day.
On the way home, we realized the seeds had fallen out along the way when we helped our new friends.
The seeds all grew very well and ended up being great help to them.
It sounds like you had an amazing journey.
We were disappointed at first because we wanted to plant all the seeds at the perfect spot.
It turned out having the seeds scattered along the way was more helpful than having it all planted in one place.
The seeds fell out of the bag at each of the places we offered help and bloomed into something greater than we expected.
Sometimes it's not about the grand gesture, but the little acts of kindness that we do in our daily lives.
What a meaningful birthday.
We hope you have enjoyed the story as much as we have. The tiger seeds that fell along their journey are ended up growing and benefiting the community in ways beyond their expectations, remind us and bring us confidence that our small acts of kindness can definitely flourish into something great for our world. Next, we would like to welcome Alan, who has gained tremendous love, expanded horizons, and bright hope for the future through his volunteer work with FOPAL. Let's welcome his message in celebration of the International Day of Conscience.
Hello, everyone. I'm Alan, and I'm a college student and a volunteer for FOPAL. I've had the opportunity to travel around the world to promote the importance of conscience with FOPAL. Throughout my travels, it gave me time to reflect upon myself and the world. It also gave me hope for the future and reignited the flames of peace around the world. I was able to participate in the initiation of the International Day of Conscience. Dr. Hong says that conscience is innate and everyone is born with it. For myself, this means that in order to awaken and listen to your conscience, it is not something that needs to be taught from the outside. Rather, conscience is something that you have to find within yourself. It became clear quickly that people across multiple different regions and cultures share the same qualities of empathy, love, and conscience. From the island nations of the Pacific to the United Nations in New York, it is very clear that the vast majority of people on this planet genuinely want to see an increase in collaboration, understanding, and peace in the world. As the world becomes more and more connected, it is ever more important to realize that one event on the opposite side of the globe can have ripple effects across the entire world, for better or worse. This connectivity means the need for more collaboration across borders and ethnicities is ever more urgent. The goal is not necessarily to create a perfect world completely absent of trials and tribulations. Rather, the goal is to ensure that the direction in which the world travels is that of always towards a better, more prosperous future for all of humanity. that we are all able to keep the gains made in centuries past, consolidate the progress made in the present day, and continue the work indefinitely into the future. That the world is better today than it was a decade ago, and that a decade later, the world will be better than it is today. History is often defined by the breaking of great cycles. These great cycles includes norms and assumptions many of us have long forgotten. It often takes courage and conscience of the people living in their times in order for their cycles to be broken. During many specific times in humanity's history, a critical junction appears, one path in which the great cycle continues and repeats, another path in which the cycle is broken and substantial progress is made in human history. The progress that directly leads to the reduction of pain and suffering of the people of this world. Oftentimes the former is chosen, the cycle remains unbroken, and the status quo assumptions and behaviors remain unchanged. However, every so often, despite the difficulties and challenges of change, the sands start to shift and an elevation of human empathy and conscience is achieved. What had always been expected to stay the same is determined to become a relic of the past, never to be again the catalyst for the negatives of the world. These great cycles can often only be broken if smaller individual cycles are first broken. The importance of spreading love, peace, and conscience to the world is to plant seeds for positive change in every person's heart, and that during their own critical junctions, which can affect many people's lives, to choose the path that would break their individual cycle rather than repeat past behaviors and actions. Even at first, changes are slow. The compounding effect of positive energy, hope, and empathy will slowly but surely create a positive feedback loop in which it becomes easier and easier to contribute positively to the world. The seeds planted within everyone's heart in the world would slowly grow into trees and then into a great forest. Perhaps one day the assumptions of large-scale wars will also become a relic of the past. The assumptions and behaviors are past and present can one day be broken at one of the critical junctions. That leaders around the world with decisions affecting millions will break some great cycle and create a new era of genuine opportunity and peace for all people around the world. Let love, peace, and conscience create understanding and collaboration between all people. Let love, peace, and conscience heal the bitterness and hatred from our past memories. The International Day of Conscience is a symbol and reminder that with love, peace, and conscience, the great cycles of today can be broken. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you for your sharing, Alan. Indeed, we have also seen through our virtual events that people come from different religions and cultures but share the same qualities of empathy, love, and conscience. These shared qualities have brought us closer and more motivated to change ourselves and improve our world. FOPAL's continuous online events have united wonderful people around the world because of our shared vision and responsibility for world peace and harmony. This booklet has documented this journey, detailing each session and the encouraging words that were shared. This documentation represents our love for the world and our vision for peace. In this fast-changing world full of uncertainty, we firmly believe that it is critical to awaken the conscience in people's hearts. Conscience, like a compass, guides humanity towards a brighter and better future. It impels us to unleash our greatest potential and enables us to help ourselves, those around us, and the people of the world with compassion, courage, and wisdom. When we follow our conscience, we will take actions to benefit not just ourselves, but others as well. Conscience empowers people to tolerate, forgive, and love one another, and thus it shortens the distance between people and nations. The International Day of Conscience is a day of conscience for all humanity, and every day is a day of conscience. We hope all nations will widely promote the International Day of Conscience and encourage people to follow the guidance of their conscience at all times. By promoting the culture of peace with love and conscience, we will bring blessings to ourselves and future generations. On that note, we are proud and excited to welcome the following group of friends who have sent in their messages on what conscience means and what we can do in our lives. Let's welcome their words of conscience.
Hi, my name is Alex Cohen, and I'm a recent graduate from the University of California, Santa Barbara. I'm currently working on a language teaching certification. I truly agree that the inclusion of conscience in education is of vital importance to creating and maintaining peace within oneself and with others. As a language learner myself and aspiring language teacher, I find that being able to overcome language barriers helps people of different backgrounds get to know and understand each other better. Language learning of any kind invites you to see yourself and others as part of one global community. Cross-cultural communication is key to finding common values and coming up with solutions together for a more sustainable world. I hope that for this year's International Day of Conscience, we can celebrate all the languages around us, including our own, in order to be kinder and more understanding in this world.
I'm Larry Magid, CEO of ConnectSafely.org, a nonprofit internet safety and youth empowerment organization based in Silicon Valley in the United States. Being conscientious and caring about your fellow human being has always been important, but it's especially important now that we live in a global community. And if you have any doubts about the global nature of the world we live in, just think about the pandemic and how ill health in one part of the world caused people to get sick throughout the globe. There really is no such thing as walls or borders anymore when it comes to human beings, because we travel, and sometimes ideas travel, and sometimes viruses travel. So again, we're part of a global community. And it is so important to think about how we impact other people and how other people impact us.
Greetings. My name is Aisha Narasimha and I'm from India. The International Day of Conscience is a day to commemorate kindness, benevolence, and unity in society. It is important to realize the importance of being connected with the world and each other. Consciousness is a tool to create harmony in society. Unfortunately, many of the current events in the world cause a lot of destruction, and hence it is important to have a sense of awareness or conscience in order to restore peace and stability. I very much believe in the concepts and principles that are observed on the International Day of Conscience, and most certainly I'm optimistic that by being united with each other, we will be able to envision the world that we live in. Thank you very much.
Conscience by Avery Hill. When one another fight, their conscience is broken, and their conscience is scrambled. But if you solve it together, you get conscience, a feeling or voice that guides the right or wrong of one's behavior. If you have conscience, the world will be a better place.
Hallo, ik heet Ines. We mogen elkaar dus niet afpakken van elkaar. En we mogen ook niet dus schoppen en slaan en knijpen. En bijten. Dus we hebben onze arts heel goed. We moeten niet tussen elkaar slaan en dus we moeten dus elkaar lief doen en niet slaan. Doei!
Conscience means you work hard and be nice and say please and thank you and practice. Practicing makes you better at things, and you can write and draw to make your brain smarter, and you create some things.
I wish enter the meeting and open the all small business. Happy International Conscience Day.
Conscience is the thing that makes you happy and gives you happy energy, and it also gives you motivation. Happy International Conscience Day.
Conscience is like making a right decision to play baseball. I can hit the ball and catch the ball. Happy third year of International Day of Conscience.
Conscience is a voice in our hearts that tells the right thing to do. We should always try to listen to it to stay out of trouble.
Conscience is within all of us. As we allow ourselves some quiet time every day, I'm sure we have endless potential to unleash an unlimited love to flourish our lives with. These are essential nourishments in our lives, and for years, FOPAL has continued to promote messages around the world, promoting love and peace by inviting global citizens to endorse declarations that promote love, peace, conscience, respect, and human rights. Let's take a look at this journey.
Love of the World, a Declaration of Peace.
Don't be afraid, don't be nervous.
Peace Declaration was proclaimed in 2001. The Declaration of Human Rights for World Citizens was proclaimed in 2002. Two million signatures from 158 countries for the Declaration of Human Rights for World Citizens to express the wishes of the world citizens for love and peace and respect for human rights. 2005 Declaration of International Love and Peace Day. President of the Dominican Republic, Leonel Fernandez, was the first head of state to endorse the Declaration of International Love and Peace Day. Combine the power of the human heart to ensure that world citizens can enjoy freedom, their human rights are protected, and peace can be realized. In 2014, Declaration for the Movement of an Era of Conscience. Everyone is a leader of conscience, regardless of ethnicity, faith, race, or nationality. Let us protect the conscience in our hearts and jointly create an era of love and peace. Dr. Hong launched the endorsement campaign for the Declaration of International Day of Conscience in February 2019. And on July 25th of the same year, the UN General Assembly adopted a resolution declaring April 5th as the International Day of Conscience, promoting the culture of peace with love and conscience. Let us promote a culture of peace with love and conscience. You and I are important leaders of conscience.
A simple click can change the world. Let us continue to work together to transform our world into a beautiful place with no war, no pain, no fear, and no suffering. Currently, as world citizens, we are faced with daunting new challenges. As we find solutions and balance for the issues, let us also overturn the bad with our kind thoughts, which can lead us toward a bright future. By returning to the origin of the heart, feeling content and grateful and self-reflecting, we allow the innate warmth and compassion to activate the power of love and conscience to create peace and restore a peaceful world. Please join us to calm our hearts as we listen to the song Prayer for Peace.
Let us illuminate our inner lights, calm our hearts and pray for the world. May heaven have mercy on its children and allow them to return to the arms of love. Put down the weapon of hatred while praying sincerely for the world. We hear the call of our conscience, my brothers and sisters who are also suffering. I'm praying for may there be no more flame of conflict and no more war. May our wishes for peace come true. May the light of hope arrive. Let us use love to relieve all our fear and pain with confidence and courage. People will rebuild their homes. We are grateful today that you and I are moving forward together. Praying consolidate all kind thoughts, apply our conscience to benefit the world and return to our happy home.
No matter how tough the challenges are, we are in this together. With our conscience awakened, let us join hands and heart to make great changes for our world. We sincerely invite you to continue to foster change at FOPAL's next virtual celebration on April 22nd for the International Mother Earth Day. Thank you for joining us today. We'll see you next time.